Hola Spanish food lovers, and welcome to another food review video. I'm on the island of Lanzarote in the Canary Islands in a town called Haria, and I'm going to check out this restaurant that I have behind me here, La Tigala, which has been operating since 1963, so the food must be good. And I'm going to be honest, I'm really looking forward to trying some authentic Canarian food today. My first time trying authentic Canarian food on the island of Lanzarote. So let's go and sit down. Now the first thing I'm going to say is this restaurant looks very nice inside, nice decor, a rustic type of decoration going on here. This restaurant has been here for a long time, so the food must be good. Time will tell, but I reckon it is. So we'll take a look at the menu, get some authentic Canarian dishes here if we can. The menu in English, as we can see. I think I'll go for the Canary pork rib and vegetable stew. We'll get some local goat's cheese, Canary wrinkled potatoes, an absolute must. And the final thing I think we'll try today is the marinated pork. And for dessert, to top the meal off, I'll go for this almond cream. Now, even though the starters haven't arrived yet, we've been given these sauces, these mojos as they're called here in the Canary Islands. Mojo picon, we've got a green one, we've got a red one, and the colours, as I said, absolutely fantastic, and I reckon they taste good too. Washing it down today with water because I am the designated driver. Now, what would a trip to the Canary Islands be without trying this dish here, the famous papas arrugadas and the mojos? Now, let's try one of these potatoes, one of these wrinkled potatoes, papas arruga, with this green mojo first, green sauce. Time for the red, or the orange sauce, if you like. So, the red sauce is a little bit spicy. The green sauce, no. There's a definite kick to this red sauce here, which is actually quite nice. And the potatoes are so small. Look at the size of that little potato there. Perfectly fits in the mouth with one bite. Perfectly cooked, perfectly seasoned. A treat to eat. No surprises here. A fantastically cooked spud. Look at the inside of that potato. And with the sauce, a fantastic combination. So, what have we got here? Local Canary Island cheese, according to the menu, with a fig jam or fig marmalade, whatever you want to call it, here in the middle of the plate. Let's try this local cheese. It looks to be a soft cheese, maybe a goat's cheese, not sure. Let's see the flavours. Yep, so it's a mild cheese, a soft cheese, and with this fig jam, the combination, perfect. It's a mild cheese, nice texture, not too salty, topped off here with this fig jam. I think it's similar to maybe the Burgos cheese, would it be? Queso de Burgos, a little bit firmer than a Burgos cheese, but similar nonetheless. The consistency of this jam is quite thick, not too sweet, and as I said, the perfect combination with this cheese. And I love the sweet and savoury combination that these two things give. So, 2 starters down, 1 more to come, and then we're going to move on to a typical dish here in the Canary Islands, the potaje canario, and I'm looking forward to that one. Now, checking out some of the reviews on Google for this place, so far I'm fairly satisfied with what we have had, but a lot of 1-star reviews. One here from Lorenzo, 1 star, DLS, 1 star, AFFV, 1 star, and then we get into some 5-star reviews. But another one here from Brian, who gave it a 1-star review, asked for a table and I was having food that was fine. Tall gentleman asked me for my order. I tried to give him the order. He then asked if I was stressed in an angry fashion. At this point I gave up and walked out. Didn't even buy a meal, and look at my review. Well done, Brian. So Brian didn't have a pleasant experience in this restaurant, but so far we're happy. Starter number 3, carne en adobo. Adobo is like a type of marinade. This meat's most likely been sitting in that marinade for a period of time, then put in the frying pan, fried up a little bit, and served with these potatoes, similar to the potatoes that we had before. Let's try it with a bit of this mojo. So marinated pork, carne en adobo, Canarian style. A little bit spicy too, I will say, which I like. The meat's tender, it's flavoursome, it's well cooked. Nice. What I will say is that the portion sizes here quite generous. My son's ordered the typical plato combinado, and you can see there that he's got 3 or 4 pieces of chicken, some chips, bit of salad as well. So seems to be good value for money. So far, no complaints. The first starter, the papas, tick. Second starter, the cheese, tick. And the third starter that we've had here, this carne en adobo, tick. So Brian, sorry to say, I reckon you missed out. Muchas gracias. Now my potaje has arrived, hoping this is going to be the highlight of the meal today, this potaje canario, a bean stew if you like. But what have we got in here? Well, from what I can see, we've got beans, we've got potatoes, we've got carrot, we've got peas, I think, in here as well. There's a piece of meat, I think similar to the meat that we had before. It's got a bone in it, so maybe it's a rib. Now, I know what some people are saying out there. Stuart, what are you doing eating this last? You should have had it first. Well, I don't care. I can eat it at any time of the meal that I like, and that's what I'm doing here now. So let's dig in and see. First thing I'm going to say is that the broth is very thick. It's a very thick, creamy broth. There's maybe even some pasta in here as well. Let's dig in. Now, I imagine this is a dish that not many foreigners would be eating here in the Canary Islands, primarily because of the weather, the warmer weather here. This is a dish that you would normally associate with mainland Spain, some of the colder parts of the country. These thick stews, but potaje canario in the Canary Islands, I had to try it. And I like it. The beans are well cooked, the potatoes are well cooked. Everything has been cooked nicely together, I imagine in a big pot. Slow cooked meal, and on this coldish type day here, around 20-21 degrees Celsius at the moment, it's going down a treat. The meat is very, very tender, and the combination with the beans and the potatoes, wow. But what I will say is that this is very, very filling. I'm having trouble getting these last mouthfuls in. I want to make room for dessert because there's some traditional Canary desserts on the menu as well. I want to make room for that. So one more and I'm done. Gracias. Dessert is here, and I've gone for another typical Canarian dish. This is called bien me sabe. Now, you might have seen in a video that I put out last week that I also ate bien me sabe, but it was fried fish. Here in the Canary Islands, bien me sabe is a sweet dessert, which is basically honey, almonds, I think. Not sure what else is in here, but it's a sweet treat with this vanilla ice cream on top. And we're going to dig in with a bit of ice cream and see what this is like. Let's see. So the sweetness of the honey, very predominant. Also the taste of the almonds, the crushed almonds in here as well. Egg yolks, I think, have also been used to prepare the dessert. And with the ice cream, I'm trying to work out whether it's a little bit too sweet. The flavours remind me of something that you might get in an Arab country, especially that ground almond taste. Quite similar. But my first time trying this dessert, this bien me sabe canario, I like it. A sweet treat to end the meal. Fantastic. Now, time to get the bill, and I'll give you my final thoughts on this meal today. So, the bill has arrived. How much do you think I'm going to be slugged today? Well, I'll tell you right away, 74 euros and 70 cents, as you can see there. The breakdown, 3 pieces of bread, €1.50, the cheese, 6 euros, the papas arrugadas, 4.70, 2 potajes, 13 euros, so 6 euros 50 each. The chicken, the crumb chicken, 14 euros. The meat dish, that carne adobo, 13 euros. Half a litre of beer, 4 euros 50. I didn't drink that. My partner did. A glass of red wine, 5 euros. The bien me sabe, the dessert, was 5 euros as well. and the dessert that my family shared, €5. So 74 euros and 70 cents. I'm going to say that the price of the food is reasonable. What I don't think is reasonable is the price of the drinks. For example, that glass of wine, €5. Even in Madrid, you wouldn't pay more than €3, €3.50 for that glass of wine. And the beer, €4.50, probably around $3.50 in mainland Spain. So expensive here is alcohol with your meal. In general, am I satisfied with the meal that I have had today? The answer is yes. The potatoes, those wrinkled potatoes, were tasty. The cheese was tasty with that fig jam in the middle of the plate. The potaje canario, bean stew, was tasty also. The meat was tasty, can't complain about that. And to top it all off, the dessert, that typical Canarian dessert, was a fantastic way to end the meal today. The service in this restaurant was also very good. The wait staff were very attentive, and to be honest, I can't understand the complaints on the internet about the service in this restaurant. Maybe it's got something to do with the fact that those people didn't speak Spanish. That could have been an issue, but we had no problems getting served here today. And as I said, the wait staff were friendly. So an 8 out of 10 for the service there. The food in general, a solid 8 out of 10. The only criticism, as you guys know, is the price of the drink. So that I'd give a fairly low score, but everything else, fantastic. Questions and comments, please leave them in the section below. If you have tried any of the dishes that I had today, let me know in that comment section also, and let me know if you think it was reasonable value for money, this restaurant here, or whether it was too expensive. If you think the price of the meal today was reasonable, in that comment section below. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, thumbs down if you didn't. I'll see you in the next one. Hasta luego and bon appetit from the Canary Islands.